It is time to review our portfolio for the first full week of February 2026 on eToro. Here's a hint. It was a rough week except for the last day. Let's jump across to eToro and take a look. Here we are on our eToro profile. I'll go over the stats and then kind of what happened this week, what took place. We currently sit at a risk score of 4. As you know, I like a risk score of 3, 4, or 5. I want to thank the 3.1 thousand followers and the 12 copiers here on eToro. In case you're watching this on YouTube, eToro is a platform where people can copy your investments, and I do want to thank those who copy with me. If you're interested in copying on YouTube, the link is in the description below. Let's jump over to our stats page. And for the first week, we saw a dip of 2.77%, which is also equal to our month to date for February, 2.77% dip for the month. Year to date, we are currently down 4.69%. So it has been a bit of a rough start to the year, mostly with how the software sector has been hit and the tech sector has been hit, and there's been some cyclical movement back into some of the industrials and such. Our current portfolio sits like this, and so we've got our foundational ETFs, and this is ranked from most profitable to least, and it's an average of the profits. So, for example, in VU, we have quite a few positions. In VTI, we have quite a few positions. So it's an average of those positions that we hold. So our foundations is the ETFs of VU, VTI, and RSP, VUG, and SPY. VOO and SPY both track the S&P 500. That's where we invest our kids' college fund or their future fund for when they are at an age where it would be useful for them. So that's our foundation, and then we have investments in Insight, Cord, Amazon, Nike, UNH, Zeta Global, PMTS, Adobe, Snap, and PayPal. Snap, PayPal, Amazon, Insight all reported earnings this week, and they took a dip. They took a hit, except with the exception of Insight. So that's where the software and tech sector really took a hit this week, and that whole sector declined, impacting our portfolio. And the overall market took a dip throughout the week, except for Friday. Friday, with strong consumer confidence, that's what brought up the market. There was strong consumer confidence in the US, and so those statistics brought the market up and our portfolio up significantly on the last day, giving us a bit of a recovery. Still have some ways to go. I am still confident in our current portfolio and the breakdown. On Thursday, after Amazon's earnings reportings, we did add funds, which was our scheduled time to add funds into our portfolio, and we invested them into Amazon after it took a 9% dip on the earnings report. And the reason it took a 9% dip was because of its capex, its expenditure on AI. So its expenditure on AI, I'll open up the stock here. Its expenditure on AI is the reason. That's the reason Amazon took a hit, was because of its expenditure in capex. It blew away the earnings as far as financials and all of that go, and so we can see the drop there. We added funds and bought in some there, and then we also added to our kids' college, as we typically do for VU and SPY. We are long-term investors, and that is where we currently sit in our portfolio. So thank you to all those who are watching. Thank you again to our followers and copiers on eToro. If you are watching on YouTube, subscribe, follow along. We'll see you in the next video. If you have a stock you'd like me to review, pop it in the comments below. We do those on investing.com. But we'll see you in the next video. Have a great weekend.